Hello and welcome everybody from Aruba, from the Caribbean. This vlog will be absolutely special and amazing because we will go to a shipwreck called Antilla. It was a cargo ship of the Nazi Germany. It was built in 1939. It had the goal to make the trading between the Caribbean and Germany. Its maiden voyage started on the 15th July of 1939, and the destination was Galveston in Texas. It was supposed to carry 3,000 tons of sulfur to Germany. Well, you can imagine this sulfur was not designated for some firecrackers of the New Year. The ship had some problems and actually stopped at Curaçao, but these problems were fixed and they eventually reached the destination Galveston in Texas. After they loaded the 3,000 tons of sulfur, they wanted to return to Germany and first wanted to stop at Cartagena for some refuel. And actually they get a coded message from the home country, from Germany, which was Esberger. This code word meant for the Captain Ferdinand Schmidt that they need to come back immediately to Germany and they must fake their names. They need to hide that they are a German ship and must return as soon as possible to Germany. So actually this was already a preparation for the Second World War by Germany. And what happened after? On the 28th August of 1939 they get also another coded message. If they cannot achieve Germany in 4 days, they cannot get back home so soon. They need to find neutral port, like where there are no enemies of Germany. Captain Schmidt tried to dock at Wilhelmstadt harbor in Curaçao, but he got a message that that harbor is already full with German ships, so there's no place for his ship. So actually he decided to come here to Aruba, and they were staying here for more months. On the 1st September of 1939 Germany invaded Poland, and this was the beginning of the Second World War. So of course Netherlands was watching carefully what these German ships are doing after this invasion began. Antilla was waiting here for months, and actually they offloaded their cargo, the 3,000 tons of sulfur, here in San Nicolas in Aruba. On the 12th April of 1940 Germany invaded also Denmark and Norway, so Netherlands was already very worried that they will be the next, they will be also invaded soon, and they ordered that the German ship Antilla should be under a lockdown. So the local authorities who are here in the colony of Aruba, they closed the German ship, and it was no way out for the crew. Germany actually invaded also Netherlands on 10th May of 1940, and on the same day the Dutch government tried to put some pressure on the Germans, and they ordered that the local Dutch authorities here in the Caribbean region should attack all German ships. So actually the Germans, they didn't care about this. It was in fact no pressure about it, so they didn't retrieve their armies in the mainland of Europe. They continued the invasion of Netherlands. So what happened? The Dutch authorities which were here in Aruba first asked the captain if he would lower the gangway so it would be peaceful, but Ferdinand Schmidt, the captain of this German ship Antilla, refused it. So the Dutch captain actually was afraid that it would be armed resistance, and it would be little bit fight between the Dutch and the Germans, so he delayed the attack to think about it, what to do. So during this delay, the German crew decided to scuttle the ship. They didn't want it to hand it over to the Dutch. So what happened, one crewman climbed down to the engine room and scuttled the ship, opened the ship's seacocks, and the water started to flow in. And this guy then escaped through the funnel. He climbed out through the funnel because he locked the engine room from inside. This was, of course, with the purpose, if the Dutch board the ship, they couldn't stop this sinking. This actually happened some hours later. The Dutch captain ordered that they should board the ship. It was no resistance. Actually, these Germans were not soldiers. They were just refusing to hand it over the ship. The ship was sinking. The Dutch couldn't take control of it. So the Dutch captured the German crew, and they forced them to build houses in Curaçao. This was like a camp for all prisoners, and they were then kept there in Curaçao. After that, this was also an agreement with the British that they should be transported to another jail, which was in Jamaica. So they didn't stay in Curaçao for all the time. In 1953, it was a big tropical storm which broke the shipwreck in two. It was a heavy damage, and there's a misconception that the crew of the German cargo ship Antilla not just wanted to sink the ship, but they also heated the boilers. So it was an explosion, and that was which broke the ship in two. But this is not true, and actually there were also some research. The Dutch were diving to this ship, which is actually not very deep in the sea. So they found the shipwreck intact. So it was actually damaged only later, 13 years later, by this heavy storm. Another misconception is that this was not a cargo ship, it was a German U-boat. Well, that's also not true, because as I said, this cargo ship started its first trip, its maiden voyage to Texas on the 15th July of 1939, and the World War didn't start yet. And another misconception is that this ship was part of the Operation Neuland. Operation Neuland was a strategy that Germany also wanted to attack the colonies of the British and of the Dutch. So that's why they sent some U-boats and some submarines to this territory of the Caribbean to attack the Allied forces also here. But this strategical step of the Nazi Germany took place between February and March of 1942, and Antilla was scuttled since longer time until then. So this was the story about the shipwreck of Antilla. I hope that you found it very interesting. But now let's get started with this amazing adventure. We will take a catamaran cruise, and we will do a snorkeling around this very amazing shipwreck. I hope that the recordings will be good enough. So yeah, let's get started. But if you have a scuba diving license, it is also possible to make a tour by scuba diving and get it really close to this wreck. I think that's the most amazing stuff. I was also always dreaming about something like this, but I don't have a driving license. I would need some training before that, and well, this time it will not it can be accomplished. But yeah, let's hope that I will learn also this sometime in the future. So this is what I wanted to tell you, some more information that also scuba diving, it's possible on that place.
Thank you.
Right. Only a second.
Good morning, everybody. Could you guys please take off your shoes, slippers, anything on your feet at all? Thank you.
Chilling nest looks very interesting. I never saw such a thing. Actually, I never had a cruising trip with a catamaran like this, so it's pretty amazing. Jack Sparrow. So the next stop of our cruising was Boca Catalina. This is where I am currently. It means Catalina Bay. It's a very popular tourist point because people are snorkeling usually. I hope that you enjoy these underwater recordings. Actually, I swam from the catamaran to the beach because well, I thought I can make this recording better to show you Boca Catalina. It's really beautiful, it's amazing. Well, what I didn't know that this catamaran cruising trip also has open bar, all you can drink. And they also have vodka and rum. A lot of American tourists are drinking already, but for me I think it's a little bit early. We started at 9:30 AM and well, that's a really party vibe on the ship currently. So this was the vlog about our cruising trip in Aruba and about the shipwreck Antilla. I hope that you enjoyed it. I really loved these snorkeling and underwater recordings. And if you also liked it, please subscribe to my channel and have a nice day. Goodbye.